Yo, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back, man. We got a special banger, a little different. I've done a couple crime videos. One of them got taken down on YouTube. The craziest prison escape of all time. Let's check it out. We diving straight in this bitch.
July 1st, 2018, 9:20 a.m. A high-security prison south of Paris, one of the largest, most modern, and most secure detention centers in France. Hundreds of guards, massive 17-foot walls lined with barbed wire and armored doors. The courtyards are covered with anti-helicopter netting. On all four watchtowers, snipers with assault rifles stand at the ready. In solitary confinement cell 207, inmate number 00-10189 waits to be escorted to a visiting room. He is the most heavily guarded prisoner.
I am not locked in. I already forgot where he said this was. Hold up.
Heavily
Okay, so he said
prisoner
south of Paris,
in the
my
country.
fault.
He was involved
This is
in
in
at least 30
2018.
robberies, some including hostages, one involving a cash and transit heist that led to the death of a police officer. Twice, he slipped away from the police right at the scene of the crime. And 5 years ago, in 2013, he pulled off a spectacular escape from another high-security prison, using a smuggled gun and explosives to blast his way out.
Damn. Who the hell is this?
Two guards unlock his cell to pat him down.
They got
do
Mega
find
Mind in
something
here, bro.
suspicious, but it's just a pack of gum. The guards like him, despite his staggering record of high-stakes crimes. He's easygoing, funny, and likable. It's almost like he's perfectly comfortable here, behind bars.
So he just had a
20
pack
miles
of gum
away,
on him, huh?
65-year-old flight instructor Stefan
doubt
Bai
that was the only
welcomes
thing
two
he
new
had.
students, Frédéric and Julien, father and son. They're both hyped for their flight. They
Father
say they
and
just want to
son?
tag
What the hell am I looking at here? Wait, what?
5-year-old flight instructor Stefan Bai welcomes two new students, Frédéric and Julien, father and son. They're
Okay.
both hyped for their flight. They say they just want to tag along.
So the
and
son
watch
must have
him
got the
fly,
mother's
not
genetics,
pilot
because what I'm looking
themselves.
at here doesn't
But they
really
do
make
request
sense.
to be on board the Alouette 2, a vintage collector's model from the 1950s. The pair have been marveling at it because it just looks so pretty. Something feels sketchy. Stefan will later recall that he thought they were wearing wigs. But hey, money is money, right? They pay 500 euros in cash up front. Back in jail... the
Oh, they
prisoner-
was wearing wigs. Bro.
They pay 500 euros in cash up front. Back in jail, the prisoner is escorted to the visitors block for high-risk inmates. It's situated as far away from the prison entrance as possible. Prison management has been on edge for a while, noticing a change in the inmate's behavior. He's received more visits and seemed to be sending coded messages during phone calls. His casual vibe with the guards could be a tactic to extract useful intel. A couple of days ago, a drone was spotted scouting the facility from above. Stefan is waiting for his students on an open field. He has landed on the clearing because they said they needed to stop to pee. They stepped out and disappeared behind some trees. When they return, they're armed. They claim to know his family and his home address.
No way, bro.
They say they have been watching him for months, and that their accomplices are waiting at his house as they speak. If he doesn't do exactly as they say, his family dies. They'll tell him where to fly next.
Yo.
On the visitor side of booth number 50,
I hope they didn't kill the
inmate's
dude.
older brother is waiting to see his sibling. He has no idea that his little brother is about to pull off the most spectacular prison break in French history.
Yo, this is wild. This is like a Gmod movie. This is some good. This is what I'm saying. This is some fire ass production, yo. Hey. The craziest prison escape of all time.
The prisoner calmly
I'll do
waiting
you
for his
one better.
helicopter ride
The Madagascar penguins.
is Redouane Faïd. He's the country's most infamous criminal. He's also a best-selling author, a movie buff and adrenaline
Interesting.
junkie, and to many in France's immigrant suburbs, he's also a legend. But to understand all this, we need to go back to the beginning.
Okay. Chapter Uno. Redouane, Home Alone.
1978, a suburb near Paris. This is 6-year-old Redouane. He's still in kindergarten, browsing through a newly opened store with his brother, who's 2 years older than him. There's not a single thing in this shop the two could afford. Their parents are Algerian immigrants. The father works in a factory, the mother cleans houses. At home, the boys shared a cramped 3-room apartment with 9 other siblings.
Holy hell.
The social housing block is surrounded by wealthy suburbs, full of wealthy French kids. Redouane and his brother do not fit the mold, and the store detective makes sure they know it. He calls them Petit Merguez, a racial slur for Algerian immigrants. But other than that, he doesn't really pay attention to them. Out in the parking lot, the brothers divide up their haul. It's Redouan's first theft ever.
Bro just hit a lick like that?
A couple of
With the
weeks
whole
later,
basket?
he gets caught. His parents are furious, and his father whips him 20 times with a belt.
Damn.
His mother makes him promise he will never steal again. Around this time, Redouan discovers the world of film, especially French crime thrillers and American gangster movies. He watches them on repeat, memorizes entire scenes, and acts them out at home for his family. By his teens, stealing isn't just survival anymore, it's a way of life. He and his friends swipe TVs, stereos, VCRs, car radios, and computers. They use the money to buy Adidas sneakers and flashy tracksuits.
Oh,
More than
my goodness.
anything, they go to the movies. Again and again. Then, at 18 years old, Redouan commits his
Bro
first
got that
bank
GTA
robbery.
4 apparel.
He walks in armed, holds the bank employee at gunpoint, and threatens her with a line straight from the French crime film, Marine. Shut up. Do what I tell you. I've got nothing against you. I only want the money. Think of your children. After the robbery, he simply goes back to school and studies for his high school exams.
Damn,
There's no
bro.
one to scold him anymore at home. His father has moved back to Algeria, and his mother is dying of leukemia.
Oh.
He'll later write in his autobiography that, from that moment on, he stopped caring.
That's when that shit snapped in him. That'll do it, though. I'm not gonna lie, man. With your father gone and then your mother is really sick, she's not going. That'll do it, bro. He was already locked in before that, watching them films. Now he even more locked in. He got the GTA 4 apparel on. Close the school. There's no stopping this, man.
Fayid's crimes are getting bigger, and they seem to be directly inspired by American action films. During a heist, he and his crew end up taking a bank director and his family hostage. They are wearing rubber masks with the faces of famous politicians, just like Patrick Swayze in Point Break. Redouan even delivers a line from the movie when they leave the scene.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote!
In another hostage situation,
God,
2 years
this is
later,
crazy.
Fayid and his men show up in sharp black suits, in homage to Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. They even adopt the thing with the color-coded aliases.
Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
But this time the job goes sideways, and they have to flee from the cops, just like in the movie. However,
they plan that?
all these spectacular crimes still don't seem enough for Fayid.
Well, obviously
One of
they
his
didn't
all-time
fucking
favorite
plan
gangster
on it.
films is Michael Mann's Heat, and after watching it over and over again, he sets himself a new goal. The holy grail of robbery. Armored trucks.
What?
An industrial area on the outskirts of Paris. Fayid is behind the wheel of a Renault. He spots his target, a 6-ton armored truck with 3 armed guards inside, and slams his car straight into it. Within seconds, 2 more cars appear, blocking the truck from the front and back. 5 men in hockey masks jump out, AK-47s in hand,
Yo.
just like in the movie Heat. They surround the truck, moving fast.
Nah,
One of
this
them
dude's
slaps
life
an
is a
explosive
movie,
looking
dude.
package onto the windshield. The guards step out and surrender. Fayid and his crew start emptying the truck, but
This
there's a
is
problem.
dead ass a GTA heist.
It's simply too much cash. Moving the money out takes way too long. After just 3 minutes, police are on the scene. Gunfire erupts.
Holy
Fayid
shit.
takes a bullet to the shoulder. He does manage to escape with his crew, but he has lost blood on the crime scene.
No.
Now the police have his
Cooked.
DNA and start to investigate his identity. And if they catch him, he's looking at 15 years behind bars. Stefan Bai and his 2 captors land for a second time. The hijackers have 2
So
more
this is
men
in
waiting
20
on the ground.
Okay.
They
This
haul
is
large
real
black
time?
duffel bags into the helicopter. One of them climbs in, all dressed in black, hood pulled over his head. Stefan is held at gunpoint the entire time. Now he is ordered to take off again. He flips the ignition switches and presses the starter.
I see where we're at.
But nothing happens.
So this is right after the
The
first
kidnappers think he's trying to
time they
outsmart
took it
them
with the
and start
AKs.
freaking out. They beat and threaten him. If he doesn't do as they say, his family dies. Stefan manages to convince them that he really needs to step out to check the wiring. Finally, the engine roars back to life. They take off again. The hijackers are well prepared. The duffel bags are packed with tear gas, smoke grenades, masks, AK-47s, and an angle grinder.
Oh my god.
And so the heli thunders towards the high-security prison, where Redouan Fayid is sitting calmly in visiting room 50, chatting away with his older brother.
You know the gang's on the way, bro. He made the call already. He said, "Oh, send the ETA." They haven't sent nothing. He's waiting, bro. He's posted up though.
Hands down, this really is the kind of stuff you'd expect
I'm sorry. What was this transition, bro?
away with his older brother. Hands down, this really is the kind of stuff you'd expect in a Hollywood blockbuster. But say you're in the US and can't stream this French crime thriller due to
not gonna get me, buddy.
Enter CyberGhost VPN. With server...
Chapter 2. Catch Faid if you
20
can.
years earlier, the Movenpick Hotel
September
in Basel,
1998.
an employee enters a room to prepare it for the next guest.
In Switzerland.
She has no idea she's not alone. Redouane Faid has been hiding there for over 3 hours. Outside, the police are searching for him across the entire city. A few hours earlier, Faid was arrested on a train heading from Germany to France. German federal police took him into custody. He had been hiding abroad for months. But when the officers escort him off the train, he manages to break free. He runs straight across the tracks to shake the cops. A train roars in and blocks the officers from following.
Damn. This dude is literally living a movie, bro.
4 meters down and twists his ankle, so now he's limping. Somehow he makes it to the back entrance of the Movenpick Hotel and sneaks inside. He finds several open doors, since the cleaning staff are still working. He needs to get out of here somehow. He thinks about calling a contact in Strasbourg, but he doesn't have a phone. So what now? There's a payphone right outside the hotel, but he also doesn't have any coins. He calmly approaches the receptionist to ask if she can give him some change for a bill. She places the coins in front of him, which leads to another problem. His hands are still cuffed. What if she notices and calls the police? Faid keeps it cool, acts like he's casually reading a promo poster behind the desk.
Oh no.
The moment the receptionist turns away, he quickly scoops up the
gosh.
coins. The first call fails, and he disappears onto the hotel rooftop to hide for a couple of hours. He tries again, turns around, and finds himself surrounded by 20 police officers.
No.
The next day, Faid is at the hospital with 2 officers to have his ankle checked. He seems to be in serious pain, but that's just an act. In a fraction of a second, he drops his crutches and snatches a gun from one of the officers.
No fucking
He trained
way.
in Krav Maga during his time in Israel, a super efficient
No
military
way he
combat
bro,
technique
no way he shot him.
designed for fast defense and brutal disarmament. Before the second officer can react, Faid drives his elbow into his face. The officer drops, and Faid takes his gun too.
Who the fuck is this guy, yo? No way. He had time to dual blick
His elbow
in
into
this
his face.
moment, in this
the
split
officer
second.
drops, and Faid takes his gun
He hits
too.
one of these.
Then he runs as
Bro,
fast as he can.
this is dead ass the Hitman from straight out the video game. This is who the character is based on.
For the second time
My fault, I thought I heard something.
in 24 hours. You would think a guy like that would be watched extra closely in jail. At 11:18 a.m., this prison guard hears a strange noise. A low hum or buzzing sound.
They said this dude
coming
is
from outside.
a director or producer.
her,
I
it
don't even
sounds like a
remember.
leaf blower.
He made movies.
Weird, she thinks. The gardeners are not supposed to work on Sundays. Well, it's not a leaf blower,
Holy shit.
but the facility is prepared for this. This
No
sentinel
shit, they got
receives
like
an urgent
the
order over
helicopter
radio,
things.
Unseal. The same thing happens on other watchtowers. Each one is equipped with a special case. The guard has to break the seal to open it. Inside is an HK-G36 assault
Is that a
rifle.
grenade launcher?
He grabs it and takes aim.
Does
The
it have a noob
helicopter
tube
just
on
keeps
it?
descending. The prison yards are covered with anti-helicopter netting. Flying in here would be a suicide mission. But this is not a random helicopter. It's a 60-year-old vintage model, just small enough to slip through this unsecured gap in the last one of the prison yards.
No fucking
Also,
way,
this is not
bro.
a regular landing. In fact, they're not touching down at all. Redouane Faid must have known somehow that prison guards are not allowed to shoot at a flying helicopter. There's a proper protocol for this. And maybe he also knew that Stéphane Bay is one of the few pilots in all of France who are skilled enough to pull this off.
Oh my god, yo. No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's tough, bro. This is, I can't even glaze him enough. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy work.
To keep this specific type of vintage heli steady enough while hovering above the ground.
Oh my god.
Investigators will later discover that Faid had been writing letters to Stéphane's stepdaughter for 2 entire years.
No.
And this friendship was not Faid's only connection to the outside world, because at this point, Redouane Faid was already a star.
That's what I'm saying. Chapter 3, Slumdog Millionaire. That's what I'm saying. This dude is like, he's everything. He's done everything. He's been the actor, the director, and the damn person, the damn being. I still can't forget, this man just turned around, grabbed the gun, and dual wielded that bitch to the officer. That's crazy. Wow. Hold on. We gotta keep listening, bro. I'm blown away.
October 2010, 12 years after his escape in Basel, 8 years before his helicopter prison break, Redouane Faïd sits in a French talk show.
Gangster, braqueur, voyou, voleur, appelez ça comme vous voulez, il revendique à peu près tous ces mots-là. Bonjour Redouane Faïd.
Bonjour.
Les banques, vous en avez braqué combien en tout?
Alors, officiellement, j'en ai braqué qu'une, puisque j'ai été condamné que pour une banque. On m'a soupçonné d'en avoir braqué une trentaine, mais bon, ça, c'est que des dires et des racontards.
He's a welcome guest at the time, a bit of a sensation even.
That's
Redouane
crazy.
Faïd has written a book about his cinematic crimes, so now he's making the rounds on French TV to promote it.
C'est terrible de dire ça, mais le cinéma a été pour moi un mode d'emploi.
This
pour
fucker
braquer.
is living
Et
a
on
movie.
voyait ça un petit peu, l'attaque de fourgon blindé en ligne de mire. Pourquoi? Parce que quand tu attaques un fourgon blindé, c'est le top des tops.
The caption on screen reads, former gangster. Well, not so long ago, he was anything but. In late 1998, 3 months after his escape in Basel, Faïd was caught and sentenced to 18 years in jail for armed robbery. He was granted parole for good behavior after just under 9 years. Now he presents himself as a changed man, as someone who has learned his lesson.
La vie de bandit, c'est que de la vie de merde. Vous savez, vous faites souffrir tout le monde. Quand vous allez en prison,
Yeah, and
c'est une sanction
he has like
collective parce que
the
votre
he has
famille,
charisma. Like he
votre femme, vos
could
enfants,
probably be a
vos frères,
likable
vos sœurs,
person.
vos parents, tout le monde paye.
He got married. His brother has landed him an office job. He appears to be taking it easy now. At one point, he attends a film event where Michael Mann is physically present, the director of Heat, the very film that inspired his biggest heist.
Hell. Oh my gosh.
Moi, personnellement, je suis un ancien gangster. Malheureusement, je m'en vante pas. Je viens de faire une dizaine d'années de prison. J'ai attaqué des fourgons blindés, des bijouteries, des banques, monsieur Toubiana, je pense. Et je leur ai répondu que non. J'avais un conseiller technique, un prof de fac, une sorte de mentor. Et il s'appelle Michael Mann. Alors, ma question, en fait, elle est simple. C'est est-ce qu'il a conscience qu'il y ait des gangsters qui puissent s'inspirer de son cinéma? Parce que moi, ça m'est arrivé.
Oh my gosh. I've never heard of this. That's such a hard line. Does the director know that there's people, real life gangsters who take inspiration?
Faïd addresses Mann directly.
Directly,
Michael Mann
bro.
looks amused, but also a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah,
He doesn't know what to say.
that's
Thank you for that. I don't
interesting.
know how to respond.
In another talk show
Wow,
stint,
bro.
Faïd is asked if he thinks he could ever relapse.
This
Ah non,
guy is,
moi, mes démons, vous savez,
he's like
ils
a
sont morts.
damn spectacle, bro. I'm not even trying to glaze or condone anything he's done, but these are the type of characters that make video game characters that, you know, writers base their characters off of a person like this.
Ils sont endormis.
That's crazy.
That's a
I didn't know
bull-faced
anything
lie.
about this guy before.
Because at this point, he's already back to committing crimes.
What
And
do you
not
say right here?
bull-faced relapse.
Ah non, bah, moi, mes démons, vous savez, ils sont morts, ils sont pas endormis.
That's a bold-faced lie. Because at this point, he's already back to committing crimes. And not just petty theft, but a crime so shocking it will shake the entire country.
No way. Come on, robbery's one thing, bro.
May
But
20th, 2010, Créteil, a suburb southeast of downtown
don't cross
Paris.
that line or hurt nobody.
Two officers are on routine patrol, Thierry M. and his partner Aurélie Fouquet. Fouquet is 26 years old. She became a mother just a year ago. For them, it's just another day on the job. But then they get a call from the National Police. They're told to head to the A4 highway exit. Some criminals are on the run in a white van. They pull up at an intersection with flashing lights and blaring sirens. They have no idea what they're about to get into. These men had a plan to rob an armored cash truck carrying 16 million euros. But 30 minutes ago, a routine traffic stop turned their heist into a high-speed, all-out chase with the police.
No way.
Now they've crashed and need a new getaway car. But at that exact moment, the two patrol officers arrive. The gang doesn't hesitate to open fire.
Yo.
The windshield of the patrol car alone is pierced by 16 bullets. Fouquet is hit multiple times. The gunmen flee. Fouquet is rushed to the hospital,
No way.
and by the end of the day, she is dead.
Damn. They're cooked.
The murder of Aurélie Fouquet
They're
sends
cooked.
shockwaves throughout the entire
They're
country.
uber cooked.
At her funeral, thousands of police officers stand in mourning. Among them is French President Nicolas Sarkozy. He posthumously awards her a Medal of Honor and delivers a promise. He will do everything it takes to find out who did it.
Les meurtriers d'Aurélie Fouquet
They got the whole town in this bitch standing around at the funeral, bro. You guys are cooked. Oh my gosh.
avec la sévérité.
Well, I can't even say that. The damn video is called the damn craziest prison escape of all
Redouane
time.
Faïd feels safe. So safe he keeps telling his gangster stories on camera. Here he is in a documentary. The film recounts how Fouquet was gunned down, and then Redouane Faïd appears, not as a suspect, not as a fugitive, but as an expert on this kind of heist. At the time, the filmmakers had no idea that the
This
man sitting
motherfucker's rubbing his nuts all over this shit, dude. He's claiming his territory and he's... That's insane.
The failed attack on the armored cash truck has Faïd's signature all over it, but he has an airtight alibi, and he swears he was not involved. But investigators keep digging and eventually find compelling surveillance footage. A security camera has caught Faïd inside the white van used by the criminals.
Cooked.
Faïd was not on the scene when the shots were fired, but police gather enough evidence to pin him down as the mastermind behind the operation. After 1 year on the run, Faïd is captured. Again, and he goes straight back to prison.
Is this where they throw him in for 2018? Or keep him
Whether
there?
you're invited to a talk show or heading out on a date, there are moments when you want to look your best. But shaving is often a struggle. Many men experience razor burns and get nervous about shaving right ahead of an important event. That's why Henson set out to fix shaving with surgery.
2 of them in one video? Pay your bills, bro. That man is eating good. Alright, chapter 4. This is it, The Great Escape. Let's see how this wraps up. This was pretty good, man. This is...
trash,
I had no idea who this guy was.
Suddenly, they see a helicopter in the courtyard next to them. They wonder if it could be firefighters. The unarmed warden bolts into a nearby office, hiding behind bulletproof glass. Meanwhile, the 2 prisoners are about to witness Redouane Faïd's spectacular prison escape up close. One of the 3 men stays with Stefan, the pilot, and continues to press a gun to his head. The other 2 jump out.
Has this been made a movie?
They're
No, this
masked
is
and wearing
2018. This is going to be
bulletproof
made a
vests
movie
beneath
soon.
their clothes. Each of them carries an AK-47. They've just landed in the honored courtyard. Prisoners do not have access here. It's only used when inmates enter or leave the facility. That's why nobody thought anti-helicopter cables were needed here. The man in green runs towards a reinforced white door. He carries an angle grinder with a 14-inch 35cm blade. His partner sets off 3 smoke grenades, releasing thick white smoke. The helicopter's spinning blades churn it into a roaring chaos, until the entire courtyard is engulfed. A complete whiteout. The sound of the cutting angle screeches through the entire prison. Faïd knows what that means. It's time.
Damn.
By now, it's clear to everyone that nobody here is blowing leaves. The blade of the grinder slices through the locking doors. Clean, precise. 40 seconds is all it takes. The man in green can just push the door open and step inside. The guards slowly realize what's happening, but they're not carrying firearms and are unable to interfere.
What?
One of them sticks to protocol and calls the Civil Aviation Authority. They don't understand what's happening. Another calls the standard line for police emergencies and gets put on hold. A third contacts the local police, but the officer on the other end thinks it's a prank. The sentinels on the 4 watchtowers are the only ones carrying firearms, but they can't see the...
Are you fucking telling me that they have as much authority as us? They're in the prison, the cops, the guards are in the prison calling the cops? Are you off your gourd? Is this what they do? I didn't know this was protocol. This is ridiculous. Bro, if I'm working like my whole life and I'm telling you I'm a prison guard, and you know I'm a prison guard, that's what I do for my career. I'm in that bitch panicking, calling the cops. These motherfuckers are just mall security.
The helicopter, because their view is blocked by other buildings. And they're not allowed to fire at a flying aircraft anyway. Total, utter chaos.
They can't do, they literally are
Faïd's
just
brother
watching.
knows exactly what's going on.
But no, this was set up by the dude in the prison, the man himself. I forgot his damn name. This was the mastermind. This was set up by him. He knew. This isn't coincidence. There's no way.
Furious, he thought his brother was ready to change. And now this, another escape. He just can't help himself. Faïd's accomplice has already cut his way through several locks. And now he has reached the door to visiting room 50, where Redouane Faïd is waiting. The angle grinder slices through the metal. The door is open. Faïd has been waiting for this. He storms out and rushes down a long corridor, followed by the man in green. His brother is left behind, frozen and stunned. At 11:28,
I'm gonna replay this shit, bro. I'm bullshitting.
The angle grinder slices through the metal. The door is open. Faïd has been waiting for this. He storms out and rushes down a long corridor, followed by the man in green.
Damn.
His brother is left behind, frozen and stunned. At 11:28 a.m., Redouane Faïd steps into the prison courtyard. 10 minutes after the helicopter got there, he sees the 2 inmates that have taken out the trash, brings his right hand to his temple, and gives them an Air Force salute. Then he climbs into the helicopter. Dozens of inmates stand pressed against the bars of their cells to watch. As the helicopter lifts off, the entire prison erupts into applause. It's
Hey, I
almost
mean,
like a movie scene.
What else can you say, bro? Dead ass.
Gangster who broke out of jail
This
by
is insane.
hijacking a helicopter.
Notorious gangster is on the run again.
Criminal who is a big movie fan. He is broken out of
Holy
prison twice
shit.
now.
And you can just about make out the helicopter.
He was out of there. He said these.
Who hijacked a
Yo!
Picked up Redouane Faïd from within
No
the prison.
way, bro.
The news of Redouane Faïd's prison break spreads across the world. He was already famous, a TV figure, the center of
That's
a cult-like hype.
crazy.
But this is a whole new level. A well-known French actress writes on social media, "Bravo, Redouane Faïd. All of France is with you." The French police declare him the country's most wanted man.
I don't know if you should say bravo, he killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the robberies up until then was like just robberies, and he's not that hated of a person, but now you kill someone, bro. That's crazy.
3 months later, the authorities track him down. Hiding in an apartment in his hometown, Cailles, he's been disguising himself under a burqa during public outings. When he finally stands trial in 2020, authorities take extreme security measures.
Bro, y'all need
including a no.
Y'all suck. Every story I've ever heard of anyone escaping has done it multiple times. Like, this shit isn't just... These dudes are nincompoops, bro. The guards, the officers,
above the
everybody.
courthouse.
Oh, they got him in a box, bro.
The court cites a psychiatric assessment describing him as a social predator and gifted at manipulation. He uses his charm and intelligence to control others and get what he wants. Faïd himself says that for him, it was always about the adrenaline. He says he is addicted to it and calls himself a sick man. His Hollywood-style heists made headlines worldwide, but he also made his family suffer, traumatized hostages, and caused the death of a 26-year-old police officer.
Exactly. Bro.
Faïd stood 2 separate trials. For his heists, his role in Aurélien Fouquet's death, and his 2 escapes from prison. He was sentenced to a total of 39 years in jail. His lawyer says he's been held in solitary confinement since 2019.
Damn.
He is strip searched up to 5 times a day at random intervals. At least 4 guards escort him to each and every one of his phone calls. And even then, his hands have to remain in shackles. Faïd himself says he feels like he's been buried alive.
I mean, bro.
His earliest
you know, I'm gonna let them
possible release date is 2060. He would be 88 years old by then.
Sheesh! This guy is cooked. The craziest prison escape of all time. And now he's gonna be in jail till he's 88. Prison, sorry. This guy is super duper cooked. Holy hell. Hey man, great production, dude. Fern, I'm gonna have to subscribe. This was great. Hey man, this was a W video. Go sub up to him if you haven't. I'm gonna put the link in this one in the description. Go like the video. But yeah, man, this was fire. This dude, bro, the main character, he said that he feels like he's been buried alive because he really has. I mean, the adrenaline, yeah, like there's a reason you felt that adrenaline. It's not because you're not supposed to be doing that, but what you did put on your family is crazy. Like, they did have to take care of you and shit. Grow up with the damn menace to society. Of course the dad left. This was crazy. I've never heard of this dude. I've never heard of this story. This guy being a celebrity, being on the news, being all these things, and at the same time he's like a real life hitman John Wick is insane. Great video overall, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.